You had to stay focused because you wanted to win the race. You know, you didn't want to be crying. You didn't want to be crying pulling to the starting line, you know.
A South Florida man lucky to be alive after he's paralyzed in a drag racing accident. Still ahead here tonight, how a special car helped welcome this former racing star back to the racetrack.
Tonight in part 2 of our series, Lucky to be Alive, we meet a professional drag racer whose life changed forever 21 years ago.
You see, a fiery crash left him paralyzed, ending his career, or so he thought. NBC Miami's Adam Cooperstein shows us how he was able to get back into the driver's seat and the sport he loves.
The Gator Nationals final. Of course, Darrell out of Miami.
Darrell Gwynn was on top of the drag racing world. But on Easter Sunday, 1990, it all came crashing down.
You know, it was a life-changing day for me.
A drag racing accident left the Miami native paralyzed. He lost his left arm and has been stuck in a wheelchair ever since. But this past weekend, 21 years later, Gwynn got back in a car and raced for the very first time since the crash.
My whole family was there, my mom and my dad, my wife, my daughter. That's the first time she's ever seen me race competitively. So it was a very emotional weekend for all of us.
The 3-race exhibition in Gainesville pitted Gwynn against legendary driver Don Big Daddy Garlits, and it was held at the Gator Nationals, the site of Gwynn's last professional victory.
You had to stay focused because you wanted to win the race. You know, you didn't want to be crying. You didn't want to be crying pulling to the starting line, you know. We're going to give it all we got.
Gwynn was able to race again thanks to a custom-built dragster that he and Garlits both used. It had no steering wheel, no gas pedal, no brake pedal, just a joystick, the same kind that steers Gwynn's wheelchair.
The car's quite a bit slower than my racing days, of course. So it was, instead of going 300, it was going more like 30 miles an hour, but it was still a competition.
And Gwynn was racing to win. He didn't want to disappoint the 50,000 fans who showed up. So after losing the first 2 races, he returned to old form and crossed the finish line in first place.
Any day's a good day when you beat Big Daddy.
And making it a better day, the weekend raised more than $200,000 for the Darrell Gwynn Foundation, which donates wheelchairs to those in need.
Thank you for all you do to give back to the community.
Adam Cooperstein, NBC, Davie.